This is Optimal Living Daily, episode 1485, Nomophobia and the Dream of Productivity, 4 Steps Toward Independence, by Laura Stack of theproductivitypro.com. And I'm Justin Malik, the guy that reads to you every single day of the week, including weekends and holidays. Before we get to it, why settle for 7% returns from your 401k? Whether you're an experienced investor or new to the game, our friends at The Motley Fool want to help you find great stocks. That's why they've created a report on a group of 5 stock picks for the next generation of investors. And it's free for all Optimal Living Daily listeners at fool.com/Optimal Living Daily. That's FOOL.com/Optimal Living Daily. And I have that linked in this episode's description. For now, let's get right to it and start optimizing your life. Nomophobia and the Dream of Productivity, 4 Steps Toward Independence, by Laura Stack of theproductivitypro.com. We're all the sum of our experiences. We can be shaped by things that happened recently, decades ago, even by instinctual reactions we inherited from our ancestors. For example, there are good reasons why, even in this modern age when most have never seen one in the wild, we still fear snakes. It makes sense that as we advance into the information age, we should develop new fears. One I find alternately amusing and worrying is nomophobia. Despite what it sounds like, this isn't a fear that tiny people in pointed hats will invade your garden. It's a fear of being outside of cell phone contact. Before you laugh, realize this is a genuine fear defined by recent research in the UK, where it was found that 66% of people would feel a serious amount of anxiety if they lost or forgot their cell phone, and that average users check theirs on the order of 34 times a day. Researchers have identified the same anxiety in the US. This actually seems reasonable to me. Consider how often you use your phone to check the time, email, headlines, the weather, and your schedule. For many people, smartphones have taken over the roles of PDA, organizer, laptop, and tablet to some extent. So it makes sense that no mobile phone phobia would be a real issue in the developed world. Nomophobia is a frightening example of what happens when we let our tools become our masters. Aside from technophobia, the crippling fear of technology, and perhaps the perfectionism high tech lets us pretend we can achieve, it may be the most debilitating workplace phobia as it literally drives us to distraction. No 12-step programs exist for overcoming nomophobia, but you can rectify it yourself. As with obsessive compulsive social media disorder, OCSMD, you must take control and turn your phone back into a tool serving you. Try these steps to go from nomophobe to productive worker again. Number 1, stop texting at work. Everywhere I go, people are head down texting in cars, stores, airports, even in their offices. If you're not texting a team member about work at work, it's considered gold bricking. When I was 21 years old, I remember getting in trouble with my manager for using the work phone to make a personal call. Today, boundaries have blurred. However, using your phone to conduct personal business during the day is basically the same. So unless your smartphone is your work phone, you don't have an office phone, reserve its use to breaks, personal time, and lunch. Texting during a meeting when you're supposed to be paying attention to the people around you is a big no-no. If necessary, put your smartphone in a drawer when you're in the office. Feeling antsy? Turn it into useful energy by focusing on work. If you need to check your phone due to a personal situation you need to monitor, do so rarely. Smokers can limit their craving for nicotine to a couple of short breaks per day, so you can surely control a purely psychological addiction, such as constantly checking Facebook or Twitter, the same way. Number 2, deactivate email and text alerts. If you're already sitting in front of your computer at work, why do you need your phone to tell you that you received an email? Why do you need your computer to tell you either? Would you be checking your email during the day anyway? Turning off alerts will begin to pull you out of addiction mode. As a consultant, when I'm on the road traveling, of course I have my phone on, but I don't need my phone to tell me 100 times to check my email. I'll check it several times a day and handle everything that's come in at once, not one at a time. That's highly inefficient. I also don't get alerts or emails from my social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn that I just received a message because I'm going to check those anyway. Why duplicate everything? Within each SM platform, turn off the notifications to email and the alerts on your phone. Stopping and checking your phone every few minutes is an obsessive behavior. If you don't hear the noise, you might have a chance to focus more than a few minutes. You decide when the best time will be to check everything. Number 3, use airplane mode. Your Wi-Fi still works in airplane mode, so you can use the apps and check your calendar and contacts on your phone, but you won't get calls, texts, and notifications. When you turn off the airplane mode, you'll get any notifications and can respond in order of importance or at lunch. Number 4, turn your phone off when not using it. A big part of nomophobia is a fear of even turning off your phone just in case you miss something. Do it anyway. If you don't see a stock quote or an email for a few hours, so what? Few things require an instant response, especially when you're working. The world won't change so drastically you can't catch up in a few minutes. By this point, you're back to using your phone as a tool. Nomophobia. Nomophobia may sound silly, but what if your internet service dropped for a whole day or you no longer had a working car? Wouldn't you feel anxious not just about getting your work done, but also about all the other important parts of your life that were impacted? Fortunately, nomophobia is something you can avoid. And if it's already too late, you can ease your way out of it. You just listened to the post titled Nomophobia and the Dream of Productivity, 4 Steps Toward Independence by Laura Stack of theproductivitypro.com. And now, are you a Henry? It stands for high earner, not rich yet. It means that despite earning a 6-figure income, you're struggling to amass any meaningful nest egg. Our friends at The Motley Fool can help. Since 1993, they've been providing investment advice, helping members build the financial future they envision. To kickstart your 2020 financial goals, they're offering 5 of their favorite stock picks for free. Realizing you're a Henry? Remember the not rich yet part. You can do it, and The Motley Fool can help. Visit fool.com/optimallivingdaily. That's FOOL.com/optimallivingdaily. And I have that linked in this episode's description. That'll do it for today. Thank you for being here and listening every day, including weekends. And thank you for sharing the show and subscribing. It really means a lot. I'll be back tomorrow reading to you where your optimal life awaits.